All right, y'all, welcome back. Our Tennessee Volunteers beat Houston's, 76-73, something like that. Man, oh man, this team looks good. I think the most impressive thing for me personally is just it feels like that Houston team's the same team that they had last season. They might have lost some guys, but it feels like the nucleus of their team is still there. That freshman that they had, whatever is number 7, that's a bad man. That's a good that's a good basketball team. Excuse me, but dog, Tennessee is almost a totally new team. It's still very early on in the season, and for us to come out and get the win the way that we did, I'm feeling good about this team. And it's not just because we got the win. It's to me, it just we've said it pretty much since the season started. I mean, we are deep. We got a lot of good athletes. I think we got all the pieces. We got a whole bunch of guards, a whole bunch of big men, and this was just like a perfect game for us at this point in the season. Excellent test. I think that we passed it with flying colors, and as y'all are joining us, please go on ahead and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. But we're gonna go ahead and jump into the box score for the game. So I'm gonna tap into the chat and see what people are talking about before we get into that. All right, so this one from Andrew saying huge win. Kobe G was clutch. Yeah, man, I love it too. I love it too. Like I said, I feel like it was a perfect time for this game because I saw some of the great start to come out, and yeah, I think that we're gonna be just fine. So this one from Chevy Mert saying, not gonna lie, the whole time I kept thinking that this team can be so much better when they learn to play together. That looked like a C+ game to me, and they beat number 3. Oh, I didn't realize that Houston was number 3, but yeah, shoot. I mean, like I said, I think it's like the same team that they had from last season, but they added some pieces. So I mean, that says a lot in my opinion. All right, so this one from Blockhead saying, "Go Vols, go Big Orange." Yep, huge win, great game. This one saying, "Really good Tennessee basketball team." 100%, bro, 100%. Yeah, we did. We start off in that first half, man. It's just like the first, probably like 75% of the first half. It didn't look super great. Yep. 1000%. I'm gonna get to this one as well. Yeah, I think that the defense, especially in the second half, that's what we're missing. That stepped up in a major, major way. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you saying the same thing? All right, and so Gilead is saying that Bishop Boswell was our glue man. Yeah, he had a hell of a game. And, it was some people that was like, man, why is Bishop Boswell in the starting rotation? Why is he starting it too? I mean, you could kind of understand it because some of the other guys like Abram looked good. Berg, he's had his moments too. So that's the point, is that the team's very deep. But as I said, in the first stream, in the first video that we put out this season for this basketball team, I told you, man, and not to toot my own horn or nothing, but Bishop Boswell plays excellent defense. He's like the Meshack from last season. Rick Barnes' team has to have that, especially early on, while the rest of the team, the people who are new, are starting to figure it out. Like, hey, how do we play really good defense? But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. Let me gotta move around so I can see. All right, so start off with this box score and what all we did. So we could probably just talk about some of the team numbers. 47% from the field, 29% from threes, not great. 79% from the stripe. I mean, look, I want to get all those numbers, but playing up against the defense like Houston's, I think that you can give them just like a little bit of grace. What about turnovers? So none of that stuff's in here just yet. Doesn't look like so. Turnovers, it looks like they're saying that we had 9. That can't be right. I feel like we had more than 9 turnovers. But if we did, that is a lot better than what it's been in some of these other games. So I'm not too mad at that. We had 6 steals, 3 blocks. Rebounds, they're saying that we had 19. Let's see what Houston did. Houston had 18. So we're still winning. Okay, wait, is that just... Wait, so this is defensive rebounds, that's offensive. So yeah, I was about to say those numbers can't be right. I don't know what the totals are for that. I'm not going to try to add it up, but it looks like Tennessee actually... Did Tennessee win that? No, so Houston might have won that. Just kind of like taking a quick little glimpse of it. But yeah, I mean, look, we could talk about the team numbers maybe on a different video once they all populate, but let's talk about the individual players. So I think that Nate comes out, only gets 9 points. He had a really rough first half, just getting a whole bunch of fouls. This is one of the things that I'm going to say about the game, y'all. I feel like the whistle wasn't very favorable to our Tennessee Volunteers, and it felt a lot like a March Madness game. We know sometimes that the whistle is going to go in favor of the other team, so that's just like another layer to it. But Nate coming back in the second half, and it was like he was fighting for a board or something, jerked it away from somebody, right? After that, I felt like he wasn't playing as timid. He started to loosen up. He started to realize, man, look, I got to play physical. I got to go be a dog. And once he starts to do more of that, he's going to be a problem. Like, you got to get out of like all the nice guy stuff. Then we got some really nice guys on this basketball team, but we need for that dog to come out of them as soon as they hit the court. You could be a nice guy off the court. Same thing for football. A lot of the guys on our team, they're really nice guys, but on the field, you got to be a killer. So we need for the team to start to get that mindset. But I felt like in the second half, it started to turn on. And that's why we ultimately ended up coming back and winning. We're nowhere near a finished product, y'all. That's the beautiful thing. We're just going to get so much better. But Felix, he had a good game. Actually, let me finish up with Nate. How many rebounds did he get? So 5. He had 4 assists. I think that he had some really nice passes. He turned the basketball over once. He had a steal. But they're saying he had 3 personal fouls. I feel like he had more than that. But either way, I think that he's a walking double-double, like I said, to kind of start things off. Not in this stream, but earlier in the season. I think that that's what his game is going to be. And once his shot starts to fall, once he plays with that confidence all the time, he's going to be really tough to stop. He's just so tall, so long, and he can guard all different types of bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he sticks with his man pretty well. His length is going to help him out. But as far as Felix, did some good things, man. He dropped 9 tonight. We need for him to just keep on dropping points. Like, that's my biggest thing with him. I didn't love the starting rotation because I was looking, I'm like, okay, Cade Phillips is out there. I'm not too sure about that, but I think that Cade played well too. I just want more big men out there that can score on like a consistent basis in our starting lineup, but it just kind of is what it is. But if Felix can keep up what he did tonight as far as scoring, that's a major problem for everybody else. It's a great thing for us. And then he hit that 3, man. Like, I mean, did he hit a 3? Yeah. So listen, he's getting very comfortable shooting 3s. I saw Kerry. He tried to shoot one and actually looked pretty good. He shot it in rhythm and all of that. I don't know if that's his game, but I love the fact that people aren't scared to shoot their shots. So as far as rebounds, is this right? He only had 3 rebounds. I don't know what was going on. The freaking center or whatever the forward for Houston. You think it's on like 6'8" or 6'9", bro? Like, he's got some long arms, but dog, like, you got to be more physical than that. We need to get more rebounds out of Felix. How many blocks? So he had 1 today. All right, moving on to Cade Phillips. Only 2 points. Did some things that won't show up. To me, he really is more of like a come off the bench sort of a player. But whatever Rick Barnes wants to roll with, I'm all right with it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we ended up getting the dub. So he did some good things, playing hard, playing physical, all that type of stuff. Kobe G, man. Kobe G, 22 points, 5 of 16 from the field. He shot, about 33% from 3. And he missed one. This was in the second half. He missed one. Came right back, shot it again, then knocked it down. He's like the go-to guy. We're leaning on him, and I love that type of confidence. I think that his defense it's been looking better for sure from the first game. He can still take a step forward. One of the things with the defense, I think, especially like in the first half, is on those drives, man, we were just getting blown by. Too many switches, like we got to fight through screens, all that type of stuff. Just keep on playing hard. But we picked it up a lot in the second half, which I love. I'm going to keep on saying that. But, yeah, obviously, man, he had a great, great game. How many steals did he have? So they're saying he had 1 steal. He had 4 assists. And I don't see the free. Okay, yeah, so free throws, he was 9 of 9. Love that. Got to be clutch. And Bishop Boswell, man, his defense was just outstanding. It was just gorgeous, gorgeous defense. Like I said, that's the reason that he's out there. Also dropped 10 points. All right. And as far as free throw, he went 50%. Missed the first 2, but once it came down to crunch time, he's making them. This is what I'm talking about. Big-time players step up in big-time moments. That's it. That's really all that we need. Step up when it matters the most. And he damn sure did that. Really, he was the spark plug. He was the catalyst. If it wasn't for him and the way that he's playing with so much effort, getting tough rebounds and stuff, I love guards to go get rebounds. All the things that he was doing, that's ultimately what was like the spark that got the rest of the team to start to flow. All right, so love that. As far as the bench, JP is a daggum dog. He's a problem down in the post. He goes to work. He hits his layups, and that's kind of why I understand why he's coming off of the bench. But man, I love whenever he's out there with Felix. I love that because he's the guy that obviously he's big, so it gives you a whole lot of size, and he can shoot from 3. I think his mid range is going to be solid, but down inside the paint area, whenever we're doing all that swinging the basketball and trying to set up, like whenever the offense starts to stall, y'all, We need to do something that will be like a catalyst for the offense. Sometimes it's defense. But can we force it down to the post sometimes and just let somebody get some easy buckets or draw a foul and get to the stripe? I think that JP can bring a whole lot of that to Tennessee's basketball team. As far as rebounds, he had 5. All right. And then moving on to Jalen Carey, had some good plays. He's got to work on his passing. He had a couple of good passes on what looked to be more difficult passes to me, but the more like cross-court passes and some of the lobs he's throwing up, it was just off the mark. So look, I'm not worried really about anybody on this team. It's still so early, and they're not a finished product. But that physicality, like getting that when Felix was shooting his free throws, he missed the second one, and who's right there? Carey. He pushed that center for Houston out the way real easy, puts it right back. That's what we need him for. We need that physicality in these types of games. And yeah, I think we're going to be fine. So as far as Ethan Berg, didn't score any points. Okay. What did he do shooting wise? Did he even shoot? So he didn't even shoot. That's crazy. He some of the stuff that he does kind of scares me. Just in this game, I think that he'll be fine. He doesn't need to just kind of like calm down and let the game come to him some. Just keep on moving the basketball, and if you get a good look, take the shot, or just drive to the basket, all that. But he's going to be. I think he's going to be fine. His defense is usually pretty solid, and then with Abram, I love Abram, love him. He was another guy. Really, he might have started the spark before even Bishop Boswell did. Just playing excellent defense, going after the basketball, getting the steals, and just shooting the three. I feel like we was in like a long drought, man, and we needed to score some points. Like we just couldn't get anything going. Sometimes you got to break out of the offensive flow. Sometimes you just got to be a dog and say, "Hey, look, this stuff ain't working. I'm just about to hit this three." And he's one of those types of guys. So I love his attitude. Like you need players with that type of attitude. But yeah, just like from top to bottom, y'all. This is a really good basketball team. And just like I keep on saying, we're only going to get better. So let me tap into the chat, and we'll kind of scroll this thing down so that y'all can look at what Houston's players did real quick, and then we'll scroll it back up or whatever. So let me see what people are talking about inside the chat. All right, so this next one from Andrew, he's saying that Carey keeps getting better. Yeah, I think he's starting to get more comfortable too. It's one of the things, as I'm talking about the attitude of the team, I feel like we saw it a lot with him at Vanderbilt. He comes here, and he looked kind of timid. He looked kind of meek. We don't need any of our players playing like that. Like, I don't know what it is about coming to Tennessee for some of these guys, but it makes them like, dog, you got to go be a dog. That's what you came here for. We need for you to keep on being that feisty, scrappy, you know what I mean? Just junkyard dog. So we're starting to see him loosen up some. And as he continues doing that, he also looks good scoring. Not great, but I saw he looked better scoring tonight. So he's going to have to keep that up because we don't need for everybody to be able to score. That's been one of the problems with Rick Barnes' teams. So this one from my dog, G. White's going on, bro. Saying, man, these guys look good. Locking down inside the paint, taking away the three, and played D, was patient, smart, and kept scoring. Great win, 100%. I love what the defense did in the second half. I absolutely love it. And that's how it's supposed to look. I have a feeling that we're going to carry that over for the rest of this tournament and hopefully for the rest of the year. And just keep on building, Just keep on building. So this one from Hoosier, from Hoosier Vault. Sorry about that. So saying that Carey showed up. Dude's got some moves in the paint for being the size of a lineman. It just needs to add a little finesse to his shot. Yeah, I think that him, I think that Felix, and in some instances too, like Phillips, yeah, like they need to work on their post game. Yeah, like you need to have a superpower. And I'm talking about on offense and defense. It can't just be like you got to be a two-way player. Everybody, find out what you're good at, have your little moves, have the counter to your move, like your signature move, and then the counter to your signature. That's really all that these guys need. We don't need for them to drop too many points, But yeah, Carey definitely taking some steps forward, just as far as that goes. Love this right here. Go Vols, baby. Or, excuse me. Or your puppy dog saying boss. All right, so this one right here from Prince saying most complete team I've seen in a while. Yeah, for Rick Barnes, we are going to be a problem inside of the tournament. This is the most confident that I've been, and it's just because I didn't, I was confident last year. I was confident when we had DK. I've been confident for like the past couple of years, but this team is different. All the length, like we talked about, all the depth, totally different. All right, so this one right here saying, are we going to be playing tomorrow? If so, who do we play? That is a good question. I really could not tell you. Somebody could probably answer that inside of the chat. All right, but I think that we probably are playing tomorrow. So here we go. I don't know why that's coming up kind of slow. For my dog MG Way, saying that we 100% lose this game last year. They dug deep and fall back from, I think so too. And like I said, to kind of start it off, I think that it's the same team for Houston with just some added pieces. We saw what Houston did to our team last year. It wasn't close. I guess we kind of made it close in the second half, but to start it off, it felt like it was about to start going that way, but we was able to slow it down. And yeah, that's how I know that this team is on a totally different level. And it's definitely not a shot at last year's team. I love those guys, but yeah, this one's different. Okay. All right, so we got Purdue. I hate playing them. It seems like we always find a way to lose to them. Hopefully we can break that little streak too. Can Kerry play defensive tackle? Yeah, it's funny because I'm kind of like thinking that too. I think it's possible as an offensive lineman. That's really what he's what, 6'8", 270. He would have to actually gain some weight to play offensive lineman. But yeah, I would like to see him doing that, especially because his footwork looks good. I'm always curious too, and I know that's just like a hypothetical thing. It's probably never going to happen. But I'm always curious to see some of these guys that are like tough basketball players. Will it translate to playing football? Because it's a whole different level of toughness, right? It's like it's a totally different level of toughness. But I just got the feeling that Kerry could probably get it done. He seems like he's got that type of toughness, which having that on a basketball court is tremendous. Okay. So this one from Cal Beach saying that the championship game for the tournament will be tomorrow night. Okay, and that's at 9:30, but we won't know if we're playing it or playing in it until the morning. Okay, thank you for clearing that up for us, bro. Appreciate y'all as always. So Purdue's not in this tournament. Okay, yeah, I don't even know who all was in the tournament, so I really didn't know, but I don't know why I just didn't feel like they were in the tournament. For my dog right here, yeah, I think it's gonna be a spectacular year. Outstanding. Have y'all watched any of the other teams yet? Because I haven't really liked the SEC teams. I know the Bama was playing, was it last night? Didn't have a chance to really watch them. But yeah, I'm curious how some of the other programs look and what the competition is like. I'm still in football mode, so we football first on this channel, but everything Tennessee. So this next one right here, okay, sorry about that. Sorry to keep that one up. From G-Force, okay, so we're playing Q's tomorrow. So didn't Houston play Syracuse last night? Or one of these days, didn't they go to like overtime? I don't even know who won. I know that Houston coming off of an overtime. But yeah, I've seen some things in some places that Houston is a good, or not Houston too, but Syracuse. The Syracuse is a good looking team, so that should be a good challenge for us. Do y'all know? And look, I'm sorry, I'm so far out the loop when it comes to a lot of basketball stuff. But do y'all know, is Melo's son already going on? Did he already go pro, or is he still at Q's? Or what? I'm pretty sure that he had to have played at Q's. I heard that he was good. So we'll see, man. Next one right here saying that we'll be playing tomorrow. Okay, but we won't know if it's the championship game or the runner-up game until the morning. That's weird how that works. How does that work? We haven't lost, so I don't know. I'm not sure. All right. So they take the top 4 undefeated teams and then they go by margin of victory and who you beat to see who's in the championship game. I would think that Tennessee should be in that mix. I'm hoping that we in that mix. That'd be a whole lot of fun. Syracuse isn't until next Tuesday. Okay. So Syracuse, I guess we got them on our schedule. I haven't looked at our schedule, y'all. Like I said, I've been locked in the football season. All right. So Kansas, Iowa State are the winner of the Gonzaga game tonight. Okay. So I'm going to have to start doing some scouting for of the Zags. Kerry can play. Man, hey, look, I would love to see him playing tight end. 6'8", 270, and he can move. Yes, sir. I would love to see him playing tight end. I think that's a great call. 100%. Ethan Davis has made the transition from basketball to football. Yeah, and what was the problem with Ethan Davis whenever he first started kind of getting used to that transition? He wasn't very physical. He was a physical basketball player, but it is different. I'm not saying that Kerry's going to be the same way. I'm not saying it's always like that, but I did want to point that out. It took him a while. Once the light turns on, though, once you get it figured out, I think he's playing physical, more than physical enough for us right now. He actually plays with like a little bit of dirtiness to him, which I love, man. Like, give me the big dudes anywhere where they're going to be blocking. Give me a whole team full of them, but especially up front. From the offensive line to the tight ends. Give me the dudes that's going to play with a little bit of extra. You know what I'm saying? Give them just a little bit of the business. And Ethan Davis does a whole lot of that, and I love it 100%. So, no, we don't play Syracuse. Syracuse lost already. Okay, appreciate you for letting us know about that. So, Brian, what's going on, bro? Yeah, the team has versatility, and that we can, or I'm sorry, can get very big if needed. Phillips, JP, Carey can be problem on the inside. Yeah, so we can play big, we can play small because Nate, while he's tall, he's long, he's not the biggest guy. But if you want to play small and just stretch the floor out, play with more speed, he could play at the 4. And if he was a little bit bigger, we'll see. I feel like he's gained some weight since he came up on campus. Can he keep on gaining weight over the course of the season and it don't slow him down? I think it's possible because his frame is just so long. But if he can do that, he could maybe even in some crazy situations play at the 5 for you. Like, think about that lineup. That would be ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he's still accused. Thank you for that, man. Like I said, I'm so locked into football. I'm not a huge basketball guy. I'm a really big Tennessee person for sure. So they said after our victory that right now we're in first place, barely ahead of Kansas for the championship game. So we should be, sounds like we're in a really good spot. Maybe if the Zags have a good win, maybe that puts them over. I don't know, but it sounds like we should be going on to the ship. Yeah, so Tennessee's at the top of the list right now because they beat Rutgers by 25 yesterday. That was a just dominant victory. And then they beat the top team in the tournament, Houston, tonight. That's kind of how I was feeling. I kind of felt like that was the case. All right. So we got this one right here. Sorry, I actually skipped a few. I'm going to come right back to them. Saying that was a big thing, or saying that was the big thing that we beat Houston tonight with Nate on the bench for most of the game. I think that, I don't know, do they look into all that to see how many minutes all your star players played and all that? But I don't know if you're talking about for like the championship matchups and all that. But yeah, I think that for the grand scheme of things, that says a lot. And that's kind of like what I was getting at, bro, is Nate is nowhere, like, he's not even in the same galaxy of player that I think he's going to be by the time March starts. I don't think he's even close to that. But the light is starting to slowly click on. He's starting to figure it out. One of the things that I'm hoping that he gets figured out, that somebody just needs to tell him, put him in front of a mirror with the rest of the team, okay, with the rest of our team, and say, okay, Nate, look at how much bigger you are than everybody. Than most of I think he's the tallest player on the team. He's close to it. But for most of the team, for about like 85% of the team, he's significantly taller than them. Bro, you can shoot over them. You got to start shooting over the people who are shorter than you. Your height, your length is a huge advantage for this team. He has to start using it. Once he gets confident with that, especially with his jumper, it's game over. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop it. I know it's very early. I don't see it. I don't see how we're going to be able to get stopped. All right, so let me pull this back up because I know I put this down. So that's the one that we just got to. There was another one, though, that I was trying to get from you. Okay, so this one's saying that the Cal thinks that it'll be Tennessee and Kansas, or Iowa State in the championship game. All right, and so Gilly's saying, yes, sir, go Big Orange. And this one from MG Way saying that this team's depth has been the missing piece for Rick Barnes. I think that is very well said. And actually, I'm gonna scroll this up because I think that we've left this down for long enough. But let me scroll it back up just in case some of y'all coming in late and y'all want to take a look at what all's going on with the stats. But I want to get to I just want to get to everybody's thoughts. So yeah, oh yeah, man. Listen, appreciate you for joining us. Appreciate you for rocking with us, man. This is fun for us. Like we love covering everything Tennessee. And it's always fun for us just to have these types of streams where we can chop it up with as many, other Vol fans as humanly possible. Really, that's interesting. I'm sure there's probably some other streams out there. People, it's kind of late, but I'm sure it's probably going to be some out there. All right, you thought that Rick might cut down on the rotation, but he's still, I think that you need to do it, especially early on, Like, while it's early, you got to figure out who all can do what. You got to let people play because you need the depth, like we just touched on. Like, we know that we got the players, but they also need to be able to play. Like, they need to see the court. They need to find the confidence. You don't want to have to bring them in for whatever, for like however many minutes because you get into a bond. And they don't, they're not playing with that confidence yet. So, I'm loving what Coach Barnes is doing. Like, I trust what he's doing. Like I said, I'm not huge into the X's and O's of basketball. I don't love his offense necessarily, but I love this team. I think that he built a tremendous team in the offseason. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. So that's pretty much it, y'all. Really great start to the year. 7-0, baby. 7-0. Gotta love that. Let me scroll up so y'all can see the score. Make sure y'all can see that. Yes, sir. 7-0, 76-73. And now Houston is 6-1. So we'll see what all, like, how things play out tomorrow. But obviously we're gonna have some more content coming out tomorrow. We got the keys to victory for our Tennessee Volunteers in this football game coming up on Saturday, in case y'all forgot about that. And we're not going to be doing midweek chat tomorrow night. So we might have something else that can come out for y'all. We'll see. But appreciate y'all. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll be talking to y'all tomorrow, all right? Thanks. Peace.